Hello everyone, Fizzledrix here, and I have got a deck for you that I use to climb into Masters. Now, it's not an original deck by any means, it's Nightfall. However, there are various versions of Nightfall running around, and when I was climbing, there wasn't anybody else playing it, so I felt like an edgy Andy. Now, I have noticed that there are some Masters and some people playing it in High Masters, but the nice thing about this deck is that there's a few moving parts, so you can really kind of make it your own with a few exceptions. But what is Nightfall? Well, if you're not familiar, the deck concept revolves around Nightfall cards, which gain their bonus whenever you play them, and they're not the first card you play in a round. So as long as they're not the first card, you gain their Nightfall bonus. And and these cards can gain pretty powerful effects. And so we'll go through what each of the cards do and their concepts real fast. So Heaven's Line, I only run one copy. It's a good way to trigger Nightfall, as it is a focus speed spell. You can just play it immediately. It is Daybreak. When you do a Daybreak, which is the opposite of Nightfall, it's the first card you played in a round. When you cast this, it gives you a Nightfall card, which could be useful. It's also useful at triggering Nightfall in some circumstances, but it's pretty niche, which is why we only run the one copy. Lunari Dustbringer, I think, is a staple for almost any aggressive Nightfall decks. 1 mana 2/1 is always a good body for a 1 mana unit, and it creates a Dust Petal Dust in hand, and that is a burst speed spell that the next unit you play with Nightfall costs 1 less. So this round. And so you can use not only her to help trigger Nightfall for her 1 mana, but you can also use her Dust Petal Dust to help trigger Nightfall and even make the unit cheaper. Solari Soldier is a fantastic 1-drop, not only just for a 1 mana 3/3 body on the defense sometimes, but there's pretty much no better card to play on turn 1 if you have the attack and you want to deal some damage. He swings for 3 on turn 1, and there's almost nothing that can really stop him. Stygian Onlooker is one of the crucial key parts of this deck, because Stygian Onlooker is a 1 mana 2/1 that when you trigger its Nightfall gets +2/+0 and Fearsome this round. This is a card that has 1 power and can deal 4 damage, then remain as a blocker or able to Untidusk it in the future to gain more fears, to regain the Fearsome. And so the key to this card is finding windows in which you're going to be able to attack with it. Finding times when your opponent has 3 or less power, using some of the other cards that we'll get into to help lower their power, or maybe using some units like Diana to challenge some of the only things that could block it. But however you do so, if you need to buff it with Pale Cascade to stop it from being pinged, however you can get 1 mana 4 damage in, is going to be crucial. And once you've done that, you've done most of the work, because the goal of this deck is to aggro your opponent and then burn them over the top, either through Fearsome, Elusive, or Direct Burn. We can use any of those options. And so the next card we look at is the Flight. Is a 1 mana 2/1 with Elusive and has Nexus Strike, draw 1, shuffle me into the top 3 cards of your deck. This card is essential in every Nightfall deck. 100% play all 3 copies always. Why? Well, because this is a 1 mana card that deals 2 to the Nexus, almost guaranteed, because the Elusive is really hard for most decks to block. And it triggers Nightfall for 1 mana. Then it goes back in your deck, you can find it again, and you can use it to trigger Nightfall again on a later turn. And it is very useful in not only getting damage in, triggering Nightfall, but in some ways also kind of looking through your deck a little bit quicker. So even though it goes back and you'll draw it later, when it does strike, it immediately draws another card, and if the next card on top of it isn't the Flight, you've essentially drawn a card through it, right? So that's pretty useful. Eventually that card advantage will net out when you draw another Flight, but still, it's useful in that situation. And it plays really well with one of the cards we're going to get into, Stalking Shadows. Stalking Shadows is 3 mana burst. Is pick the top 4, an ally from the top 4 cards of your deck, draw it, place the rest in your deck, and then create an ephemeral copy of it in hand. So you get 2 copies, one of which is ephemeral. Well, the ephemeral version of the Flight actually still triggers its effect. If it Nexus Strikes, it doesn't die. It still triggers, draws a card, and then goes back into your deck. So when you're able to use this on the Flight, you're able to use Stalking Shadows on the Flight, you'll get to the Flight, you'll be able to attack with both of them, draw 2 cards off of them, sometimes just drawing back into the Flight again. And because this deck is so cheap, it does not mind spending the 1 mana to cast this card over and over again. It's totally worth it. This card is great. Diana is one of our champions, very crucial to what the deck does, and recently got a buff. She's a 2-mana 2/2 with quick attack, which means she strikes before a blocker. And when you Nightfall, or whenever you activate the Nightfall of another card, you give her a challenger this round. It used to not be this way. She used to only get it when she entered, but now she can reapply the challenger, which is strong. Challenger quick attack is really powerful if you don't know, because it allows you to just murder the unit without them being able to strike back unless they find a way to survive the damage. And once you've activated Nightfall 4+ times, it's very easy in this deck. She levels up, and every time you Nightfall her, or whenever you Nightfall her, or whenever you trigger the Nightfall effect of any card, you get her +2/+0 and challenger this round. She is a great way to finish off units and control your opponent's engines and win conditions, but she can also be a win condition in her own if you find ways to get her damage through, however that may be. Her champion spell is Pale Cascade, which is an amazing card that you run as a 3 of in the deck as well. It is give an ally +1/+1 this round, Nightfall, draw 1 card. It's just a staple in most Targon decks, let alone Targon Nightfall, and it's essential for this deck. So we're going to run, as you can see, 3 copies of that as well. We also run Glimpse Beyond. It helps us draw through our deck a little bit. We don't need too much draw on this deck because we do run Unto Dusk, we run Pale Cascade, and we run Stalking Shadows. But I find the ability to blank opponent's removal and draw cards has been pretty darn useful, and I highly recommend it. It's a staple in most Shadow Isles decks for a reason. Lunari Shadestalker, 2-mana, 2/3 elusive, 2/3. It gets Nightfall, gives it elusive. While you can't Unto Dust to get extra bonuses off of this, this card is just so powerful. I've won many games off of it. You can... One of the things that's nice is this 3 toughness that allows it to survive a decent amount of elusive blockers and attackers. It can survive an avalanche. I think this card is just really solid, and there are some versions running around not running it, and I don't know why. It's just an amazing card. Then we run Unto Dusk. This is one of the more skill-intensive cards to figure out in this deck. It's a 2-mana burst. It just draws you a card, but if you have Nightfall, it activates the Nightfall effect of a card, ignoring the targeting portions. And this can do a lot of different things. It can buff a leveled up Diana, giving her 2 Nightfall triggers in one effect, giving her +4. Or you can use it on Doombeast, which is the most common way, right? To drain the Nexus for 2 more, because he's a 3-mana 3/2 that says Nightfall, drain 2 from the enemy Nexus. So you could just do that multiple times while still drawing through your deck. You could also use it on Stygian Onlooker to reapply the Fearsome and the +2/+0. You can also use it on our champion Nocturne. He's a 4-mana 5/3 that says, as Fearsome, and he says Nightfall, grant an enemy vulnerable and give enemies -1/-0 this round. Now, when you use Unto Dusk on him, he won't make anything vulnerable again, but it will trigger this -1/-0 effect, which may be enough to bring the opponent's power down to the point where they can't block Fearsome, which is important because if you've attacked with 5+ Nightfall allies, he levels up and he says other allies have Fearsome. This makes your entire army Fearsome. So if you can find ways to depower them, which he does not only with his first effect, but his leveled up effect also says whenever you play a unit, give enemies -1 of those -1/-0 this round. So you can play additional units on top of it to keep depowering your opponents and find a way to swing in with a bunch of Fearsome units. And it's because of that that I run Frenzied Skitterer. This is a card that I don't see a lot of in other Nightfall decks, but it served me very well. Not only does it have the Fearsome keyword if you can't trigger it off of Nocturne, so it's just good as a Fearsome attacker even if Nocturne's not leveled, but the main thing is its effect here. When I'm summoned, give other spider allies +1/+0, not relevant, and enemies -1/-0 this round. This part is the important part, because just like Nocturne, we can use that to depower our opponents and make them power 3 or less and allow us to be unblockable. And so with these effects combined, you can find ways to get your Fearsome attackers in. You almost guaranteed get your elusives in, and you can finish off with some Doombeast Unto Dusk over the top damage. And that makes the deck fairly effective at closing games out. And I have the evidence to prove it. So if you like what you see here, hit the like button. I'd really appreciate it. It'd help me out a lot. This channel's very young, so every like goes a long way. Same with every subscribe if you want to see more content. And I stream on Twitch at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time almost every day. So come check me out. Help me build some decks and have some fun in Runeterra as well as other games. I hope you enjoy the content. Have a great day. God, I just said it, so it's going to happen. All right. All right, it's okay. It's not the same opponent. It's just the best deck in the meta. That's all. All right, we don't want this. This could actually be a great enabler for Diana on turn 2, so we'll keep it. Ooh, this into the flight is even better, actually. And the flight into Stygian is even better. Alright, I hope he doesn't have another one. This is what I was trying to hit with anyway.
The forest and I are one.
Sure.
Like this.
We're trying to be mana efficient here, so we're going to use this now. I think it's the flight.
Extra hands never hurt. Ill met by me.
Who would I pull here? I guess try to kill the Ahri and get a card out of him.
Moonlight guide me. Night descends. I will be heard. What's another arrow?
Okay, I get the Ahri. Interesting. Did not expect that. Thought he had like a Twin Disciplines or something to make me sad.
There's always a way out.
Find your path in the dark and follow
No false light. Now this prevents some damage coming in on his turn by putting the elusive there, ephemeral elusive there. I don't think they're gonna ever connect in this game, so I don't think there's a point in holding on to them to try and get more value out of them. I think we're just gonna use them as blockers, basically. Alright, we'll start with this.
Bless the faithful and fear.
Seems good.
I possess the secrets of King Ku.
I'm really gonna give this guy vulnerable. I think he just dodged it by recalling himself anyway, but...
Cloaks the land in silver.
Okay.
No more lies.
We don't grab any of them. Let's everybody be fearsome, yo. Okay, you can stun out the Nocturne. Oh, he's gonna stun out her instead. Still does lethal damage there, buddy. If you just pass like that, it's lethal. So I'm not going to give you an opportunity to do anything else.
My patience wanes.
We have +1/+1 here. Okay, nothing's dying, so I don't see any reason to do anything but let this happen. Problem is pack your bags, right? And he's not far off on them. How many has he played? I was only played the one. Okay, he's a bit of ways. Man, if this gives us the dragon, that would be really nuts.
I am lightning. I break the wind.
Let's see what it is gonna give me. Nice. Just pass. Likelihood he has another? Pretty high, right? If I do this, it doesn't stop him from recalling the ally, right? No. Okay.
Listen. Night flowers upon my blade.
Here's no papaya, and just too many ways to counter this glimpse. He doesn't attack here, I'm fine with that. Okay, cool. Probably has like another homecoming or a stun or something to stop this guy, but we might as well try. Oh, we get the win there! Holy crap! I'm surprised. Back up into Diamond 1. They're like, tweak an off meta deck and make it my own, and then that's how I get there. You know what I'm saying? This could be a dangerous OTK deck, so we need to be on our toes. I don't think we want any of this. Even the Stygian Onlooker, we don't have an activator for him, so we just really want a 1-drop, especially since we're on the play. There we go. Best 1-drop we could have gotten. Not a lot of things stop 3 damage turn 1. Oh, that guy does though. He probably just blocks, right? Yeah. I'll be a 2-1. That's fine. He doesn't have like pings and stuff, so I can play this guy out just fine.
Death or the blade.
Okay.
Night flowers upon my blade.
It's Draven time.
We're going in. We getting aggressive.
Hey, buddy, what
Die.
are you doing?
I'll kill your Draven. Oh no! Alright. That part sucks, I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, I can go glimpse beyond whatever I block.
The past is a burden we must learn to bear.
It's a good time to do this. Is it Doom Beast? I think it might be the flight, actually, yeah. Yeah, it's the flight. He's not low enough in health for it to be Doom Beast. Quick attack, okay. So there's no Draven spell, which is good. We're gonna block and we're gonna glimpse.
The guilty were banned.
You have a notify if he plays it. Okay, that's a really good draw. We can do a sneaky Diana for 1 mana. People don't see, or 0 mana actually, right? Because we could cast 2 of these. Nobody sees the sneaky Diana coming. Nice thing about ephemeral flight is it triggers its effect before it dies, so.
Shape the land and give it life.
You still end up drawing the card. It's like you actually add a card to your deck.
These hands know riddle and magic. Unseen, unheard.
Her flowers bring the moonlight with them.
Find your own light within the darkness.
Yours is a light I cherish, Moon Sister.
Try and kill Draven here.
I cannot turn back. Face your heretic.
And otherwise just smack him. You might have another one of the discard. Can't take same card he had before. Okay.
Now we're
Why did he buff him first? Man, he had 2 of those. Crazy.
What's my name?
What can you do when they just get to... Trying my best. They're at 8, but we're pretty low, and they've got Overwhelm. So we're probably playing Doom Beast here, if we get a chance to.
Fragment snuffs out lives.
That's pretty good. Raven already has it, so he can put the actual blade on someone like him. Oh, he's gonna put it on. He's just gonna go all out on her. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
The time for talk is over. The conflict awaits. You cannot hold us down. We will resist.
Puts me at 4. Okay, we'll do this. He gets more damage and we can Pale Cascade to prevent it. Okay, cool.
What form will the world take?
Okay. Need to draw. Oh man, we get it again. Woo, elusives. The flight is so good, dude. Card is so good. Especially in this Nightfall shell. Like, being able to constantly trigger Nightfall is just relevant. Alright. Lurk's been a bit tough for us. We've lost a few matches to Lurk if they get the Pike spell at the right time. But if no Pike spell, then we're actually doing just fine. This is a great turn 2. I don't need the Onto Dust, but I like the Shade Stalker actually. So yeah, we're gonna pass on that. We're just gonna pass turn 1, let him smack me with his Sharkling. So if he has the 2-drop, then he can use the Snapdraw Swarm. He can get it, trigger Lurk. This guy will be 3 power, and he won't be able, and Stygian Onlurker won't be able to attack, which would be rough. Okay, so that's not happening. So now we can play Stygian, and we can swing for 6. That is brutal, actually. It's absolutely brutal. That is a lot of damage coming my way. We're gonna have to race him down. Fortunately, if he develops, I have Solari Soldier who can block one of them. That was a good pickup. No, we're taking the 6. There ain't no way around that. Oh, I should have. I need to get rid of his units. We're just gonna play you into you.
Is the one true light.
Mother Moon veil.
And do this, get 5 damage in. Put him to 9. It's not horrible. It's not great either. I don't have a better play this turn. Might as well. Could have another, like, there's plenty of lurkers that have enough power at this point. You play the 3 mana one. Okay, we're just gonna attack this. Seven to face. Well, we'll prevent some pike damage and draw cards. Nice. I had a feeling the flight was the next card. But actually, I knew, because it only goes 3 deep. So we still get 4 damage in, which is pretty good. Still 8 if he open attacks. It's rough, man. Nine, 10 if it's a Rek'Sai. Just take 10 to the face. That's rough, dude.
The guilty were banned.
If he has the +2/+1, +2/+0 spell, I lose. They only play 1 of it though. Okay. Got a lot of draining coming his way. Will it be enough? Okay. I was worried he's gonna play the 2-drop there. Which would have been a bit rough for us. Okay, now that's not a good enough draw for us to keep, so we're to play, so we're just gonna attack. Just hoping for something a little better there. So we'll play her, and then we'll play him.
Chosen of the moon.
Okay. Pretty sure that's it. We win. Nice.
Find your path
Woo,
in the
that
dark
one was
and
close.
follow no
Very
path
close.
light.
But we managed to pull it out of our butts. As this deck do. GG's.
speak, and they will hear us.
They will. We demand it. I've never seen it happen. I like that they tell us, though, because more than likely you'll never see it happen. Alright, this can be a tough matchup for us, but hopefully we can play it well. Don't like any of this but the Solari Soldier. Okay. Stygian Onlooker would be really nice. No. Play Ken in here.
I have mastered the rain, lightning, and cloud
Okay.
styles. If you can fight, show me.
Ooh. Maybe play some mind games here.
Dusk approaches.
He's got to recall his unit here.
I cannot.
Which he probably has. He probably has the 1 mana recall.
Will be heard.
They always have it. Oh, we get to kill the cannon here? That is surprising. And he just has another. Alright, that explains it. Ah, man. I think we just pass here. Yeah, he's gonna kill her. There's nothing I can do about it.
Rain and lightning.
I was about to say, he was about to make a big mistake there. I'd easily just block. That is the correct way to do it. You figured it out.
Show me.
Raise your weapon, Sunwood.
Let's go ahead and do the Lunari Priestess. That card turned into this card, which will turn into another card. A lot of card in the card in the card. Unit or landmark? I could obliterate this. Is that even worth it? I don't think so. I think it's just the charger.
Calm mind and open heart greet the night.
Calm
I
mind and
possess
open
the
heart.
secrets of Pinku.
Can I Nightfall invoke the Lunari Priestess? It's not a targeting portion, right? You just choose one? I might be able to. I don't even know if that's good.
Wild hearts should run free. Light steps.
So that's 6 to face already. That's pretty good.
The silent death. If you can fight, show me. Too slow.
They forced us to choose death or the blade.
Death of the Blade. 1, 2. So he already has 2? Yeah.
The forest's heart
Okay.
will make you strong.
He wants cards. Gotcha.
I
And he doesn't have the answer in his hand right now. Ouch, but... Yeah, that was kind of dumb. I shouldn't have picked that into Go Hard. That was stupid. Foolish of me. Let's let him do his thing. You spend some mana. Would be nice. I don't want him to recall Nocturne. That's the big thing.
Their scent travels in the night air.
He's got to do something to him right now, or else he attacks, levels up, gives him fearsome, and then all of his responses are fast speed, so he couldn't block anything. You can easily stun this, right, at fast speed, so he doesn't need to commit his action to that. And that's one unit that's just not actually an attacker.
I'm waiting.
He could have another Godwillow Seedling. To bounce this. And then you'd have 2 marks. You could put them both on Nocturne to stun him. He's definitely got options. You can even just like concussive palm him. Okay. Yeah. Kind of expected something like that to happen, so it's not a big deal. If we attack, we lose something for free. He kills this. I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage in, unless he blocks that.
Transgressions.
Yeah, let's go for it. This is tense. How many go hards has he played? I think it's 2.
You have much to learn.
Just 1, actually.
Ready.
That's the clear, obvious block. Okay, you're letting your cannon die there. And you're stopping this one, I presume. Yeah. You're only taking 4 damage. It's expected. With mana efficient here. Okay.
Shining softly.
Okay. Some more damage to face.
Extra hands never hurt.
Skitter to make his attack less good.
I'll see all this world has to offer.
So she's leveled. She'll strike all the way down the chain. So if I take her down to 3, I can make some blocks. I think this will be okay.
Rain and lightning.
I think we want to keep the fearsome unit if we can. Okay. He won't let us keep the fearsome unit. So I think we just take all this since it's not lethal. It's not like we'll be able to buy another turn anyway, so there's no point. Yeah. No, Kennon's spell could deal damage to face. Yeah. So we need to block at least 1. Yeah. Yeah, we need to block 1. Guess we're gonna be Ari, right? Yeah. Would have been more damage blocked, actually. Dang. Yeah, and more cannons would be really bad for me. Yep. That's fine, I think. We'll fail Cascade to keep him alive. Nice.
I am a huntress.
I am Vestaya.
Oh yeah, he'll have all the cannons he needs. Darn.
Balance.
That was a mistake. On his part, he just passes, he gets a cannon, and then he has 3 of Kennon's spell in his hand. It just does 3 of Kennon in his hand, he just hits me with his spell. But now he only has 1. He'll have 2 cannons on board, but only have 1 in hand. So he can't kill me that way. Sure, yeah. Makes sense. Oh, that wasn't a cannon in there. Huh. For some reason I thought it was.
Eyes open. One for branches.
Gotta have another homecoming, which he probably does have. Or twin discipline will be it, would do the trick. Would give him enough of his blockers. I don't know if this is gonna be enough. I don't think it will be. I think he's got an answer. Could just have 2 cannons lightning rush and just kill me that way. I mean, it is what it is. If he screws up and puts like one of them on his dancing droplets, then I'll make him pay. Nice, we get it! Nice! We've beat this deck a few times now. Feels good. Feels really good.
It has only just begun.
Alright, this is hopefully a good matchup for us. We'll see. This is a fantastic turn 2, so we're going to keep that, and we're going to pitch everything else. Play him on turn 1. Turn 2, I'll have 2 mana. I can play this and then her. It'd be better to play these 2. There's no point in playing anyone right here. Not with the current hand I have.
Almost. Got it.
Yeah, no.
Watch your head.
Alright, we're gonna play this dude out.
Only a fool would enter battle unprepared. Suns beneath me and winds behind me.
This guy doesn't get anything done with that guy on the field. So we'll just pass.
I don't want to meet whatever woke you up.
Yeah, I was worried about that. I didn't have an option. Man, you a turn ago would have been so amazing.
Temperamental as moonlight.
What is there for you? We live in hallowed times.
So we got 7 fearsome damage coming in. Seems pretty good. I'd rather use it for healing than to buff him right now, since that's an option already. That's another Stalker's already in our hand. Less likely to whiff.
Right?
Boost is good. It's the flight. Okay.
No surrender.
We will resist.
I think we're just preventing a little damage here because we'll be able to survive a little bit longer. Yeah, this looks fine. I mean, I guess I could have paled, do a little bit more damage to him and draw a card. Whatever, but I think I'm gonna play him first. Alright, let's see what we get. Diana's not bad, actually. Not great either, though. And now I'm kind of in a elusive game plan. Elusive and over the top damage.
Let's take it for a spin.
Invisible to the ignorant.
It's 4 damage. Can't do anything about that. Okay. Glad I waited.
Brothers. Dusk approaches.
Now we threaten the Renekton.
Find your path in the dark.
And even if he, he doesn't have a great answer for this.
Night descends. I will be heard.
Let's get in there. Nice. Our ephemeral gives us an extra card. We're just gonna play this now. Okay, cool. He just gives up. Made him cry.
We speak, and they will hear us.
That's right. The more we speak, the more they listen. Pearson's gonna be a little tough to get through in this deck. They also run Go Hard, right? I think. I don't like any of this. They pitched the whole thing. I need an early game that's a bit more aggressive. Yeah, that's a lot better. Ooh, that's a lot. Alright, we'll play this guy out.
Only a fool would enter battle unprepared.
We'll play this guy. Instead, we're just gonna play this guy because this guy just blocks into my fearsome.
Once. Gnar, rise!
We'll get rid of him.
Oh, you woke me.
Get 4 damage in, which is good. It's a good start. Would have liked more, but it wasn't a good time for Stygian. Alright, we'll pass. Play another flight. He's got, like a Withering Wail or something, right?
It's our time.
Yeah, so... Just gonna attack like this. 4 more damage? Wow.
Embrace life.
Expect death.
Okay. So we'll just play this. Ah, ah, ah. Ah, ah, ah. Ah, ah, ah. Oh, he still gets it. That's some beach.
We do not linger.
So there's no box. I mean, he's got a Withering Will. I can't really do much about it anyway. I just gotta play like he doesn't have one. I'll draw a bunch of cards if he does it. Like, I'll do some Glimpse Beyonds. Oh. Okay. That worked. Interesting. I did not expect that to work. Another blocker, so we're just gonna play this guy.
Discipline and conviction. The guilty will pay.
Try to prevent that healing. Do you have a deny or an opify? Oh, cool. We get it. So he can't level as well. I think we can play Stygian here. Try this again. That to block. It still needs, you need to do it again. We got it! One Masters, baby! Yeah! Woo! It never ends, baby. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate the thanks, the congratulations. I appreciate that.